Hey everybody, it's Eric. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to address a question that comes up pretty much anytime the market starts selling off like we've seen here so far in 2026. And that question is, can we simply flip our strategies from bullish to bearish? Another way to think about it is, do our bullish strategies that we normally trade, do they work in reverse? Now, if you're new here, I'm the founder of alphacrunching.com, where we focus on data and research geared towards short duration SPX options. And a lot of the strategies we share are bullish in nature, or at least they trigger during bullish market conditions. Now, we spend a lot of time showing the performance and backtest behind those bullish strategies. And what we typically don't show are the losing strategies, because let's be honest, nobody wants to sit around and watch a video of how to lose money in the market. But for this video, I wanted to do something a little bit different. We're going to take a simple strategy concept. We're going to test it both ways, bullish and bearish. We're using the exact same parameters, and we're going to look at how each side has actually done over the last several years. Now let's get into it. So for this demo, we're going to be using the 20-day moving average on S&P to know whether or not we should be trading bullish or bearish. This definitely isn't a strategy to follow. You'll see all the results here, but it does kind of give you an idea, or just a general idea. Hey, is the market bullish? Are we trading above the 20-day moving average, or are we trading below? If we're trading above the 20-day moving average, we're going to sell a put credit spread with 7 days to expiration. And if we're trading below, we're going to sell a call credit spread with 7 days to expiration. So it's very simple. We're going to take a trade every single day. If it's above, we'll do a put credit spread. If it's below, we'll do a call credit spread. Now let's go ahead and get into the put credit spread results, and we'll talk through the settings here. So first of all, I'm only setting this to trade one contract at a time. So please ignore the drawdown and the MAR ratio and all these things. We're just kind of showing an example here. These trades are taken at the end of the day, 3:45 p.m. And again, only if we're above the 20-day simple moving average on the SPX. We're going to go out and we're going to sell a put at about a delta 30 with 7 days to expiration. And then we're going to buy a put 10 points lower, creating the credit spread. That's sort of our protection. Now, just mathematically speaking, by selling a delta 30 option, there's about a 70% chance, give or take a couple percent, that this thing should expire worthless. We're not deploying any risk management here. We're not taking profits. We're not using stops or anything. We just want to know, is this thing going to expire worthless? Are the probabilities here going to be in our favor by combining a simple trend indicator, in this case, the 20-day moving average, with some strike selection? Now we're going to backtest this to May of 2022. That's about the time where SPX went full 5 days expirations per week. So we were only been doing that, what is it, maybe 3-4 years now. So that's when we're going to start our backtest, so we can take a new 7-day spread every single day. So if we go back and look, we had 613 trades over the last, I'm just going to call it 4 years, 613 put credit spread trades. That means 613 times the market closed above the 20-day moving average. This is running a 79% win rate. So like I said, if the options market is pricing in a 70% chance of it expiring out of the money, the reason why this makes a little bit of money, this isn't horrible. It wins 79% of the time. So being above the 20-day moving average, we are beating the option probabilities. The average winner here was $241. That's fully letting the trade expire worthless. So the winners will be up there. And the losers are obviously bigger because we're trading a 10 wide spread. So if we're getting, let's call it $250, we're going to be risking $750 for that spread. We're averaging $46 per trade. That means when you combine all the winners and all the losers for every single trade, for 613 trades, we averaged about a $46 gain per spread. Let's take a quick look at the P&L curve here. The P&L curve isn't horrible. I mean, for like kind of a no-brainer type trade, it's not horrible, but it is very spiky. There are some downturns. If we look at when this made money, this kind of makes sense as well. 2022 was mostly a bear market. So this actually lost money in the bear market. I want you to think about that too. Even though you're trading above the 20-day moving average, if you're in a bear market, that might be like a short-lived rally that you get above the 20 and then it rolls over and you start putting on bullish trades. This thing's going to lose money. So it did lose money in 2022. made money 23, 24, 25, and this year is down just a little bit. Doesn't look like there's probably that many trades going on so far. So that is the bull side. So the question is, we're gonna say this strategy was successful, although I wouldn't trade it, fully like this. We have our own strategies that kind of smooth out that P&L curve a little bit. But in general, this is a winning strategy. And the question now is, if we flip it in reverse, what does that do? So let's look at it. This is the exact same strategy, but this time we're going to sell a call credit spread at delta 30. We're going to buy 10 points higher, same duration. And this time we're only going to take this trade if we're below the 20-day moving average. Now, the first thing I'll sort of point out is that we have 300 trades, whereas the previous one we had 613. So there's about half the trade. So this is still a decent sample size. But however, I think it's important to note when we're looking at a 4-year history, most of the time the market is closing above. Actually, 2/3 of the time it's closing above. So that's part of the reason why we focus a lot on bullish strategies, because most of the time the market is bullish, and the downturns they can last a couple days, a couple weeks. Right now we're down a couple months, so we'll see where it goes. And then in the worst case scenario, like a 2022, you're down basically an entire year. So the first thing is just to kind of point out is that looking for that bearish strategy, there's not as many samples to work with. This strategy, even though this should expire worthless about 70% of the time, it only did 66% of the time. And so because of that, this became a losing strategy. We actually lost money. The winners were about $330. The losers were about, let's call it $700 almost. But on net, this lost money over the last several years. So let's take a look at the P&L curve. Okay, so in reverse to the other strategy, it actually made a little bit of money in 2022. Makes sense. The market's going down most of the time. So it did make money for that part of 2022. Made a little bit of money in 2023. Obviously, I think 24 and 25 were a little bit more bullish, lost money. Now, right now, and this is why this question comes up, right now, this strategy is actually making money. We can see that in 2026, we've had several winners in a row. And if we take a look at just the chart of the S&P 500, 2026 starts here. Whenever we're trading below, we might have had a couple losers, but right now it's on a nice win streak. So it's not that a strategy won't work in reverse, but when you kind of step back and zoom out and look over the course of, do I want to follow this strategy? Is it time to go bearish? It simply just doesn't work exactly in reverse. Now, this doesn't mean you can't add other factors to your trade, such as profit taking. Maybe you add some different parameters. Maybe you're watching the VIX or whatever. So it doesn't mean you can't find a bearish strategy during a market downturn like we have right now, but simply flipping the indicator, just say, hey, if we're above, do this, we're below, do that. It just doesn't work. I've yet to find anything that you can easily flip in reverse like that. So I hope that helps answer the question, can we simply flip our strategies in reverse? For me, that answer is no, but I'm trading credit spreads and maybe there's something else you're doing. I'd love to hear it in the comments. Let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.